criticize everything that former President Obama did for 8 years are now afraid of political retaliation from the current administration. Therefore, they choose to go into dark silence on matters of importance, despite the fact that it was the constituents who put them in power. Tyrone Bowman Live. Let's talk about an article written for Reuters by David Morgan. And here is the summary of the article. Republican senator says retaliation is real. Murkowski is among few Republicans willing to break with Trump. The audience responds multiple times with applause. Republican U.S. Senator Lisa Murkowski disclosed this week that the threat of political retaliation from President Donald Trump is real enough to make her anxious about speaking out about his tariffs, executive orders, and cuts to federal agencies. Quote, "We are all afraid," Murkowski told a summit of nonprofit and tribal leaders in her native Alaska. "It's quite a statement, but we are in a time and a place where I certainly have not been here before," the 67-year-old lawmaker added, "and I'll tell you, I'm oftentimes very anxious myself about using my voice because retaliation is real, and that's not right," end quote. Her remarks, recorded in a video posted by the Anchorage Daily News, came on Monday in response to a question about what she would tell people who are afraid of the policy changes being implemented by Trump and his advisors. Murkowski is one of the few Senate Republicans who have been willing to criticize Trump's political policies, oppose some of his cabinet nominees, and vote to overturn his tariffs on Canada. She survived a Trump-backed challenge 3 years ago after voting with 6 other Republicans to convict the president at his second impeachment trial in the Senate over the January 6, 2021 attack on the U.S. Capitol by his supporters. The Anchorage Daily News said Murkowski criticized the current Trump administration's approach to implementing policy changes and government service cuts on Monday, describing some as, quote, awful, end quote. The lawmaker also said she would oppose sweeping cuts to the Medicaid health care program for low-income Americans being sought by some Republicans to pay for tax cuts. "I'm going to use my voice to the best of my ability," Murkowski said during an appearance punctuated by applause from the audience. "I've got to figure out how I can do my best to help the many who are so anxious and are so afraid." Other congressional Republicans have faced heated criticism and even shouting matches during in-person meetings with constituents angered by their support of Trump. Some have responded to protests with police arrest. Tyrone Bowman, never surrender, never quit. All right,